As the People's Democratic Party (PDP) gears up for a three-day marathon meeting starting Wednesday to work out modalities for its forthcoming national convention, the party has continued to lose members, with two senators from Osun State, Senator Lubi Oluwole Fadei representing Osun Central, and Senator Francis Fadaunsi from Osun East among the latest prominent decompees. All the senators announced their resignation from the party, citing long-standing internal crisis and irreconcilable national leadership disputes. In separate letters addressed to their respective ward chairmen, both lawmakers referenced the irreparable division and protracted legal battles that have plagued the PDP since the 2023 general elections. The senators stated that the situation has led to entrenched factions and leadership paralysis at the national level, rendering their continued membership untenable. Well, Father, who chairs the Senate Committee on Environment, described the situation as irreconcilable, lamenting that multiple court cases and counter litigations have undermined unity over the past 3 years. All right, and joining us now in the studio is Senate Minority Senator Abba Moro. Glad to have you join us, distinguished.
Thank you for having me.
But maybe I should start with the PDP matter, then I'll dive down to the other talks. Your party is in a state of, I don't know, it's I don't even know what words to use to describe it. By the way, are you still in PDP or have you decamped?
I'm still in PDP and I don't intend to decamp anytime soon.
What do you make of the two senators who just said irreconcilable differences, disputes over the years? PDP doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Well, it's unfortunate what is happening in PDP, and I want to say that if people want to walk away from the platform that gave them the chance to be elected in the first place, I think they are very free to do so. But to allude to irreconcilable differences certainly is an understatement, in the sense that what may appear irreconcilable are things that definitely can be ironed out. And let me give you an example. That the crisis rocking the PDP in the first place revolved around the secretaryship of the party. Whether Anyanwu should be the secretary, Senator Anyanwu should be the secretary, or the nominee of the Southeast, Udokoye, should be the secretary. That was the genesis of the recent crisis in the PDP. And people thought it was irreconcilable. People said it was irreconcilable. But the leadership of the party, the elders of the party, worked round the clock, explored all avenues of authenticating the true situation of things. And we came to the conclusion that based on information that was available to us, Senator Anyanwu was actually the secretary, recognized by all relevant agencies of government, connected with the process of leadership selection. And so it was resolved that Senator Anyanwu should resume as the secretary of the party. And since Senator Anyanwu resumed as secretary of the party, there has been some level of relative peace in the PDP. And activities of the PDP have been panning out. And so I think that those who are citing irreconcilable differences for leaving the PDP being economical with the truth. And I can tell you today that there is nothing irreconcilable.
When your presidential candidate for the 2023 election, the former vice president, just left recently, I mean, shouldn't we say that's a big blow? And that shows indeed that for such a high caliber politician and stalwart of your party leaves the party. That says volume. It speaks volume.
It speaks volume, no doubt about it. But I can tell you here that it is only in this part of the country that you find this kind of movements across political parties. You don't find them in very civilized democracies, because here we are, we run into crisis as a result of the disastrous outing in 2023 general election. And virtually all the people that are moving up and down now are the actors and actresses in the election. And so they are leaving. And I was in a conversation with a friend the other day, and I told him that, do you know that one Robert Kennedy in the United States of America lost presidential nomination because he was traveling with his girlfriend, and the boat in which they were traveling capsized, and he swam to safety and left the girlfriend to drown. And Americans said, wait, if you cannot save your girlfriend that you were traveling with in an ocean, how can you save America in crisis? Anyway, that is by the way. Every member of PDP that leaves PDP to another party certainly is a setback for the PDP.
Particularly when you think about opposition in the National Assembly. I mean, your numbers are dwindling, and the ruling party seems to be taking all the members. Yeah, that are switching.
Very good. Very good. We are not unmindful of that scenario, and we are a little worried about the situation. Again, everybody has a right to decide what to do with his political life or the other. But I can tell you something for free here, that those movements, presumably intended to secure their future politically, may be counterproductive at the end of the day. Because the people are watching. The electorates that elected them in the first place on the platform of a particular political party before they are shifting bases now are watching. And don't forget that in the past, and even up to now, the Supreme Court ruled that it is the political parties that people vote for. And in my own place, until recently, people were voting more for political parties, identifying more with political parties than individuals. Except that now that we have been elected and we have worked, people now begin to think of individuals based on what he has done. Don't you think we should vote for him and the rest of them? Having said that, at the moment in the Senate, ABGA, that is a recognized political party in this country, has only one senator. SDP has 2 senators. NNPP has 2 senators and the rest of them. And so these are the minimal political parties that are in the Senate. But they are political parties represented in the Senate.
But the danger,
and so I want to think that, yes, the fortunes of the PDP had been dwindling from 53 down to 49, from 49 to 39, 29, and now they are going by the day. Fine. For those of us who have decided that we are not going to jump ship, for those of us who have renewed our commitment to PDP, we'll pick up the pieces.
But how about the Nigerian state in terms of APC having a majority, like I asked you, and they can pass practically any bill they want to pass?
Well, I don't think that senators are idiots. They are not. They represent their people. They think. They are well educated. And if you watch, sometimes my friends in and outside the Senate tell me that some members of the APC are doing more of the work of opposition than me. Because if you watch some PDP, APC members talk, you would think that they are in opposition. So that's to show you the level of maturity that is in the Senate. So if members of the Senate decide to do anything, they are doing it deliberately. But when it comes to national interest, I can assure you that even members of the APC will not just willy-nilly pass anything. Look at the tax reform bills that were submitted by the president. For those people who keep saying this Senate is a rubber stamp, this and the rest of them. It was the result of the debate in the Senate on the objectionable areas of those tax reforms that Mr. President said that the Senate should interface with members of the executive with a view to harmonizing the contending issues and coming out with a workable instrument for the betterment of all Nigerians. I chaired that committee of elders of Senate. I'm in opposition. And we had members of the ruling party in the committee, and we interfaced with the finance people, the money people, and we came out with a blueprint that was relatively, compared to what was brought in the beginning, accepted by Nigerians, that is going to be implemented now for Nigerians. So I am saying, therefore, that it is not completely correct to say that the Senate, or because APC has majority now, they are going to pass everything conceivable or inconceivable. Of course, they can, but will they? That is the question. I think they will not.
All right, let's before we get down to the Anyoma creation of state thing, let's first discuss this question of Senator Akpoti Duang saying she will get back to the floor of the Senate on Tuesday, and the spokesman of the Senate saying, no, you've got it all twisted. In the event that she comes to the Senate that day, what will happen? What has the Senate envisaged that?
Well, I read it like any other person, and it's a very unfortunate development. And her insisting or stating that she's coming to resume in the Senate certainly is off the point. Off the point in the sense that that is an issue that is a subject of litigation. And the court has given its ruling. And several interpretations have been given. But the most important thing, or the caveat in the whole ruling that I have read, is that the Senate should recall Natasha, because the 6 months suspension
Discipline,
was excessive. And so this involves processes. This involves processes. And so I expected that Senator Natasha will patiently wait for the Senate to take steps. If the Senate takes steps that do not meet her expectations, the reasonable thing to do is to go back to the court. In the instant case, Senator Natasha has appealed the judgment. The Senate has appealed the judgment. And then you say you want to resume. That certainly is an invitation to anarchy. And I'm not sure that law enforcement agencies, especially the Sergeant at Arms, will tolerate that.
Okay. Okay. Still on the Akpoti Duang issue, the court said that advisorily that the 6 months is excessive. The argument in certain quarters is that the people of the zone, the area, does not have a representative. Is the Senate considering what the court is saying about its rules in terms of the excessiveness of the, whether it's punishment or discipline for misconduct according to the Senate?
Well, that is why I said in the beginning that it's very unfortunate some of us tried to intervene in the beginning, and I've had occasion to say in this studio that if they had listened to us, we wouldn't have been where we are now.
Who listened to you?
The combatants.
Okay.
As a minority leader from Senator Natasha's party, as soon as I sensed the impasse, I went to the Senate President, made an appeal to him that he should please mellow down on the debate so that we can take steps to end the discussion or the problem. If you watch this, you will see me. From the Senate President, based on my discussions with him, I went to Senator Natasha and I say, my sister, please go to the seat and then we will resolve the issues later. And she refused. As a matter of fact, she outrightly told me that I should go to those who sent me, that she, Natasha, Senator Natasha, will not leave this seat. So I left. And the discussions, the debate escalated to where it escalated to the point where a decision was taken by majority of senators that she should be suspended. So I think that it will be extending the problem of the constituents further if she continues to play to the gallery. That's what I want to characterize it. Because here you are, you know that the rules are very clear. The court says, yes, the Senate can discipline its members, but that this one is excessive and that they should recall her. So she has to be recalled. She has to be recalled. Through the instrument of the Senate, she has to be recalled. Otherwise, if you jump into the Senate, when everybody knows that you are on suspension, without being properly recalled, then certainly there will be a problem. And I think that between now and Tuesday, she should please advise herself to stay away from the Senate for the time being, because if she comes without being properly recalled by the Senate, she may have some confrontation with some law enforcement agents, and I think it will not be in her interest.
Okay, let's delve into the balancing of various parts of the nation with the creation of our Nyoma state. Quite some senators are behind it. Can we say it's a fait accompli?
No. No.
Why no?
I signed for a Nyoma state, just like other senators signed for a Nyoma state and other states that are agitating. And you know, the Constitution as a grand norm is amenable to amendment. And so when steps are being taken to amend the Constitution, it is intended to correct loopholes, to correct lacunas, to correct imbalances. In this instant case, state creation. Yes, the Southeast has the least number of states now in the country, 5. And naturally, for fairness, equity, and justice, you want to say, let a new state be created in that zone to make up for the shortfall. But again, there are issues involved in state creation more than imbalance in numbers. Even at that, if you create an additional state now to make the states in the South is 6, Southwest has 7 states. You see, one above the other states, other zones. And so the argument can be extrapolated to say, okay, why not create 2 states or create 1 state in all the other zones and create 2 in the Southeast.
To harmonize.
To harmonize and bring the states at par at 7 per zone. Again, like I said, it goes beyond mere balancing of numbers when it comes to issues of state creation. One of the fundamental reasons for agitating for state creation, for instance, is the cry of marginalization, the cry of neglect of the minority by the majority communities in some of the states. And so that throws up the issue again in the fore. And I think that what the National Assembly will do in the end is to put all these perspectives in place
together
and ensure that at the end of the amendment of the Constitution, a sizable population of Nigerians will accept it as a working document.
Before I let you go, just briefly, I don't know what I'm correct to say this. I probably heard you say, for now, you're still in the PDP. Am I right?
Oh, sure.
Oh, for now. So,
not for now. Not for now. Okay. I'm in PDP. I'm not going to leave PDP.
All right.
I'm not going to leave PDP because I started with PDP in 1998, and I'm in the twilight of my political career.
Okay.
I think ordinarily, naturally, I should retire in PDP.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll leave it there now, Senator Moro, for being on Newsnight.
Thank you.